So hello everyone, myself Venu, a lecturer in mechanical engineering from Government Polytechnic Varangal, and dealing the subject refrigeration and air conditioning. And today's topic is regarding the ducts and air filters. And this continuation, in the last class we have seen regarding the additional air conditioning equipment like fans, blowers. What is the difference between fan and the blowers? So we have seen the axial fans, axial flow type of fans, and centrifugal fans we have seen. And here in continuation today we will see the additional equipment, what is a duct and what are the air filters in this. So we'll continue that. So again the same thing, some axial fans, centrifugal fans, the types we have seen depending on the impeller, like backward back when just depending on the construction, based on the rotation of the of the impeller. So backward curved, forward curved, and radial type. So different centrifugal fans we have seen and we have studied. Hope you have understood that. And in today's class, coming to our objectives, so you are able to understood after completion of this class. You know about regarding what is a duct, what is the use of the duct, and we'll see the lot of classifications of the ducts and how the arrangement of the ducts will take place, and explanation of ducts we will see here. And next we move on to the air filters. We'll see the classification of the air filters, and in that we will see, in today's session we will see the dry filters and the viscous filters, uh, how the filter for the air filtering is taking place, and what are the ducts. So we will see in this today's session. So coming to the starting of this class regarding the ducts, right, you can see here. So where you have seen these type of arrangement. So mostly now we are discussing uh, in the topic of air conditioning. So hope you have seen these type of arrangements. For example, if you went into some like auditorium or to any bigger seminar halls, or like a old type of some cinema halls, or you can say in some banks also, very a highly spacious banking systems, or some banks, or some also in buildings, like some central air conditioning buildings, or you can see like malls. Okay, so at that places if you observe, so these type of arrangements can be seen. These are known as the ducts. So these ducts are helpful to move, or to send, uh, or to bypass, so whatever the air is there here, that conditioned air, or any outside air, atmospheric air, or any used air. So these can be passed through these sections. So whatever the section is there here, that a rectangular type or a circular type of cross sections here. So in these type of designed passages, it is just like a passage. We are sending the different types of depending on the usage. We're sending the air conditioned air, or return air, or some air from the outside, or fresh air. We are passing through these passages with a different type of designs. A large volume of air can be passed through this. So these are the ducts. So in this we will see uh, regarding different classifications. So depending on the arrangement needed inside the building or inside that space, so different designs we can see here. In the we will see those also. So here, coming to the just a few lines regarding the ducts. So used to carry the conditioned air from equipment to the distribution points. So here For larger buildings, what happened, we cannot use a number of air conditions. Capacity will increases like 1 ton, 1.5 ton, 2 ton. So if you use those type of air condition, it is limited to only up to like 100 square feet area, or some 90 square feet area when you take one ton or 1.5 ton of air conditioner. Or if you want this, it has a very like a 2000 or 3000 square feet area of uh, building. If it requires the air condition, so generally we are employing the equipment is placed at some other site, and the distribution points are at different sites. Okay. So in that time these ducts are needed. So use it to carry conditioned air. So return air from rooms back to the conditioned equipment for recirculation. So this is the second thing. So to different distribution points it may be carried the conditioned air, or whatever the return air is there. If you want to use it further, so again it sends to the conditioned equipment for recirculation. They may get filterized and again recirculated. And generally, if you observe the cross sections of them, mostly they are made with a circular type of cross section, or a rectangular type of cross section, or some square type of cross section. The different shapes can be seen in this the design of a ducts. And so circular ducts carry more air in a less space. Okay, the circular ducts carry more air in less space when compared with the rectangular section and square section. And made of GI sheet or a tin sheet. The material made with that mostly with the galvanized iron sheet or tin sheet with a 26 gauge number. So it may be somewhat thick, and leakages can be avoided when it made with a rectangular type of a section at some complex shape or at the edges. So it may be very thick, and so leakages can be avoided. Mostly the GI sheet can be used, and most expensive cases we can use the tin also. So also made of resin bonded glass fiber, just like uh, so you can just like it like a composite material, very very tougher, harder one. These are resin bonded glass fibers, just like composite materials made with a number of resin or all the bonded materials, so they can be very stronger. Cement type of sections can also be used, made with the cement material, or asbestos ducts can also be taken, asbestos ducts. But each depends on the application. These type of materials can be chosen for the distribution at the undergrounds. Mostly the asbestos ducts are very preferable to avoid why, because the moisture content will be there, they may affect the metals. So at that times the asbestos ducts are used, or cement type of ducts can be used when the air conditioning has to send through the undergrounds. Okay. Ducts you can also see in some temples also, where very closely packed temples are there, the inner temples. So in that air conditioning is provided. You can observe there the duct system will be there. This mostly you can see the metal of galvanized iron sheets. They may be made with some circular type of section, or is a rectangular or a square type of sections can be seen to pass the conditioned room, which is taken from the equipment, passes into the up to the required point, right? So this is regarding the ducts, what type of material they are made, and how the at different places how they can be used, and what are the shapes available, most available shapes. And regarding next moving into the classification of ducts, the supply air ducts, outlet air ducts. So we'll see what is supply air duct. It means supply air ducts in the sense all the The different ducts we'll see now, but similar purpose is similar, just act like a passage where the different types of aids can be sent into that. Here the supply air duct means the supply the conditioned air from equipment to the space to be conditioned. Okay. So where the space cooling is required to up to that, this the duct is whatever the duct is there, that duct will pass the conditioned air to the space where it has to be get cooled. Next, outlet air duct means so deliver the conditioned air into the rooms. So the final duct will be there, which will be present inside the rooms where it has to be get cooled. So that particular duct can be taken where it delivers the conditioned air into the rooms. Those are the outlet air ducts. So when it reaches the final destination, they may be divided to the different rooms. Those are the outlet air ducts. Next, return air ducts will be there. It means whatever the air carried, used air is there from rooms, again it will be sent back to the equipment. Sent back to the equipment. Why? Because it is a closed room. Again, that air has to be removed out. So during that process, separate ducts will be there. Those are the return air ducts where it carries the air again sent back to the equipments there. Next one is fresh air ducts. It is a different supply or a specially made. Only the fresh air through these type of ducts will carry the outside air, atmospheric air. It will be directly carried through this fresh air ducts. Yeah. Next, again the different classification depending on the pressure criteria: low pressure duct, medium pressure duct, and high pressure duct. So just based on the when the pressure, when the measuring less than the 50 mm of water gauge, or they may be chosen as low pressure ducts, so it is carrying very low pressure. If the duct is chosen for medium pressure, that criteria is taken when it carrying up to 150 mm of water gauge, that quantity of pressure, that static pressure is required, then we can use this medium pressure ducts. High pressure ducts will be there where it is carrying more than 150 mm to 200 mm of up to 200 mm of water gauge. So this much of pressure if it carries, that ducts can be chosen as a high pressure ducts. Okay. Low pressure duct, medium pressure duct, and high pressure duct. So this is regarding the based on the pressure systems, right? Next, depending on the velocity, low velocity ducts and high velocity ducts. You can see here the velocity of air in the ducts up to 600 meters per minute. Okay, velocity of air. So when it carries up to, when it is the, if you measure the velocity in the duct, when it is carrying the equipment whatever used, it is sending the air with a velocity of up to 600 meters per minute. So we can choose the low velocity ducts. We can assume that those are the low velocity ducts. Next, similarly we have the high velocity ducts where it is carrying more than 600 meters per minute. Okay, high velocity more than 600 meters per minute. So this is regarding based on the velocity. And next criteria we'll see the manner of arrangement of the supply ducts. So how they are arranged. So this is the important criteria, important factor where this arrangement of so ducts, supply ducts. So we can explain this with a neat line diagram. You can see the arrangements of these ducts. The first one is the loop perimeter duct system, radial perimeter duct system, extended plenum duct system. You can see the arrangement of that. You can easily decide what type of a duct system it is. It is a loop type. Loop in the sense it is a closed one. You can see a loop type of structures. Radial type in the sense you can see that how they are radial. So from the arrangement or from the main duct to how they are arranged radially. So we can see that extended plenum duct system means how they are extended. We will see the line diagram. We'll get some idea regarding these duct systems. Okay, right. Next classification. So depending on the number of ducts we are using, it's a single duct or a double or dual duct system, and induction duct system. It means combination. Okay. So this is a general classifications seen regarding the duct systems, and the next we will see the loop perimeter duct system. As already told, how they are arranged. Based on that factor, this duct system is chosen. Loop perimeter duct system. Okay, so this is a diagram you can observe, the loop perimeter duct system. Okay, so this is a air handling unit. You can take here is at the center part as the air handling unit, and the air is distributed, you can see, through these ducts. And here supply grills are provided. Here you can see a small boxes is there around the inside of the loop. You can see this is a closed loop. Each and every loop is formed like 4 loops, and outer complete a loop will be there. Outer one, it is a closed one, and you can see air handling unit is provided at the center. It is a main air handling unit where all the return air or fresh airs or whatever the air has to be supplied into the different sections. So all will be handled here. That is the air handling unit. The grills are provided. You can see a small rectangular type of sections. Through the grills, the whatever the air is there, it is entering into the rooms. Consider these are the center, all the 4 rooms like that. Now coming to the explanation regarding here. So placed in the basement near geometric centers of all outlets. So placed in the basement, so near geometric center of all the outlets. So it is placed at the basement of a building or whatever the center you have to supply to all the outlets. At the center it is placed. So total length and laying cost is minimum. When taking this as a system, this loop system, the length taken for this distribution is less, and for laying this arrangement, this duct system laying cost is also minimum compared with the other systems. So continuous duct runs all sides and forms a closed loop. So there is a continuous distribution of air, you can see here, and it will form like a shape of a closed loop. So at every time the continuous running of air can be seen here. You can see the directions of the air, how it is passing. Okay, so supply outlets close to the ceiling level. Okay, duct runs through the basement of the building. So it starts from the basement of the building. So ducts will be connected from the conditioner to the supply the outlet grills. So supply air grills will be there here. Those are the outlets which is forming where the conditioned air is sent through the air grills or supply grills, outlet grills, into the rooms. So return grills and ducts arranged at the bottom of in the side walls. So at the bottom, after distributing, so at the bottoms also, bottom of the house or bottom of the room, supply different duct system is provided where the return air, it is used in residential systems mostly. This is the radial perimeter duct system. So continuation of this duct system. So based on their arrangement, the next one is the radial perimeter duct system. So here we see the line diagram of a radial perimeter duct system. Just by looking the diagram, you can understood here a simple arrangement here. There will be ducts, you can see here different sides, where at the central portion you can see air handling unit is there. So where all the types of airs like conditioned air, fresh air, return air, so all the airs can be so collect where all the duct systems will be started or ended at this air handling unit. And see here where exactly at the center, and they are arranged like radially. You can see at all the sides, at all the 4 sides, you can see the ducts are arranged. So different, so depending on the requirement, this radial perimeter duct system is used. And at the end you can see the supply air grills or outlet is provided here to supply the conditioned air to the conditioned space. So if you see that, we'll see some sentences regarding that. So air delivered from central plenum in separate ducts to each outlet. So here from the central plenum, nothing but the air handling unit is provided at the center, and where separate ducts are provided here at the sides, you can see, and through each outlet grills, through supply air grills, they supply to the conditioned room. So outlet grills are placed at the ceiling level. For example, if the conditioned air has to be sent to the room, so at the ceiling portion, at the whatever the ceiling portion of the room is there, so the outlet grills are placed at that side, and they are fixed at the ceiling level. Next, a separate duct provided for return air at the bottom of this inside wall. If you see, whatever the circulated air is there, so that return air will be again it has to collected back. So the return duct is provided for the return air at the bottom side of the wall, whereas the outlet grill for conditioned air is provided at the ceiling level, at the top of the room. Okay, so this is regarding that radial perimeter duct system. Whereas the next third type, depending on the arrangement, third one is important, extended plenum duct system. So just you can observe here the diagram, the air handling unit at some other place at one side. So there is a extended plenum, or a large extended passage is provided, like a duct system, large extended plenum, through which a large quantity of air is passed, conditioned air is passed through the extended plenum, where to the extended plenum separate ducts are provided, where the requirement of that conditioned air is sent to the different rooms. According to the requirement, these ducts are extended by the sides. By the sides, you can see it is connected to the extended plenum. So this type of duct system is known as extended plenum duct system. So at the ends of the ducts, again the same condition here, where the supply air grills are provided at the ends here. Okay, so this is regarding the extended plenum duct system. We'll see some regarding points. So air container at above atmospheric pressure, nothing but the plenum, this extended plenum extends either on both the sides of the handling unit. Okay, so at both the sides of the handling unit, this extension is taking place. So each outlet is supplied conditioned air through separate supply duct. So different supply ducts are there here, where it is connected to the extended plenum. So each outlet is connected to a separate ducts provided at each sides of the extended plenum. So this is regarding the third type of the duct based on the arrangements. Okay, so hope you have understood regarding the duct system, and based on one factor we are taken, that is based on the arrangement of the ducts, how we are taken. Based on that, we have classified, and in the arrangement, according to the arrangement, we have seen three different types: some loop perimeter, radial duct system, and the last what we have seen, extended plenum duct system. So all these three are under the category of the based on arrangement. So the requirement of to the particular building, how the rooms are arranged in that. So according to that, the duct system will follow the type of arrangement, depending on the type of arrangement. Okay, so the next coming to the next topic, that is regarding the air filters. So before that, we will see the pre-air filters, just how air filters, in the sense to avoid any foreign particles which are present in the air. So which they may be visible, or some they may not be visible. So depending on that, so we can take a type of structure where it will avoid the filter mesh, where it avoids the particular diameter of that dust particles, or any the micron, which we cannot be seen with the micron naked eye, or which we can see with our naked eye. So depending on the conditions, different air filter meshes can be seen here. So you can see the diagram of that, how the particle which can be shown like a human hair. So how it can be appeared if it is 100 microns dia. The smallest size particle to be seen with the naked eye, 20 micron dia. So it can be seen with the naked eye, where it is, if it is a 20 micron dia. See how the human hair is seen, 100 microns dia. Next, human blood corpuscle 10 micron dia. Next, tobacco, smoke. The smoke is also contains some dust particles which is 1/4 micron diameter. So in the micron it is 1/4 size, which cannot be seen with our naked eye. Okay, so it is magnified structure. All this human hair cross-sectional diameter only, it is very difficult to observe, but here you can see how they are magnified, and you can see how it can be seen. So these here, as the name it indicates, that the filtering media will not allow the dust particles to pass through. Air filters means if air filter in the sense, if the air contains some contaminated particles or some dust particles, they have to get filtered, so it will not pass through that filter, air filter. So fresh air can be entered into the air conditioned space. Okay. So now that filter must be smaller than smallest particle to be filtered. So whatever the particles you have to get filtered, and that air filter should be that much smaller than the particle which has to be filtered. Okay, so these filters offer high resistance to the airflow. Now the air taken from the atmosphere consists of the dust, bacteria, dirt and odors. Atmospheric air is not suitable, so whatever the available air is abundantly available, but they are not directly used in the conditioned room. Why? Because it contains all these contaminants like dust, bacteria, dirt and odors, so which will disturb our human comfort. So must and should that air has to be filtered, where it removes the bacteria may be removed using some different chemical in that. Dust can be removed, dirt can be removed, odor, so smell can be also be removed by using a different chemical in that. Filters will remove these dust, dirt particles. So sometimes the air may be mixed with the smoke, mist, fumes and dry granular particles. So the composition of atmospheric contaminant varies from place to place. Some places will having very fresh air, but in some areas, for example, if you take most pollutant like city, you can take it as a Delhi or Mumbai or Hyderabad, where the contaminant particles in the air is more, right? So depending on that condition, or depending on the direction of the wind, the seasons, year season also, it may be summer, more the dust it can be formed, so when compared to the rainy season, right? And the nearness to the source of dust also, smoke, so all these things has to be taken into consideration, and the air conditioner must and should, the requirement it contains the additional equipment, that is air filters. Next, so to clean, filter and arrest these impurities from entering into air conditioned space, air filters are fitted just before the cooling coil. So what cooling coil in sense, evaporator coil, just before the evaporator coil or cooling coil, the filter you can see in air conditioners, just a mesh type of structure is provided, where it doesn't allow the dust particles, which is some size. Depending on that size, you have to take the filter consideration. So filters perform extremely important functions of filtering and protecting the cooling coil from dust deposits. What happens if not using the air filter, all the dust will clog on that cooling coil, and effective cooling is reduced, and further it will not the refrigerant will not get vaporized in the cooling coil. Why? Because it is not making any contact with the surrounding cooling medium, so completely it will get damaged. So must and should these air filters has to be used, and at every time it has to get maintained. Service has to be done, maintenance has to be done at every time. Next, so this is regarding explanation of the air filters. Coming to the first, the classification of air filters. So that is a dry filters, viscous filters, wet filters, electric filters, centrifugal dust collectors. So all these are the classifications of the air filters. So in that you will see the one by one regarding the classifications of the air filters. First we will see the dry filters. We have the line diagram of that. In this also it may have the subtypes. So before that, just to have the line diagram of the dry filters, what are the components involved in that. So the atmospheric air is entering through the passage, you can see here. It is atmospheric air is drawn into the air filter. It's a dry type of air filter, and you can see at the bottom there is a dust collector, and filters are provided just like a candle type of structures you can see here. So it is attached to a vibrator. At the top you can see one stick type of arrangement. So these are attached to the vibrator along with the motor, and the filters are made with a specialized material. Just I will show that, generally made with some glass wool or some cotton type of material they may use. And after the getting filtered, that fresh air, dust particles are absorbed by these filters, and only the clean air will get outside, or it may be sent over the cooling coils. Just we observe here, the dry filters are two types: throwaway type, and second type is reusable type after cleaning, or renewable type. Throwaway type, so the name itself it will give the indication that in dry filters the first type is a throwaway type. It means we can use that and we can throw away the dry filter. We can, once after the use, so after its effectiveness was completed, it may be throw away. Or second type if you take, so at every time of cleaning, after every time of functioning, or one day or like that, after that it may be removed out, it may be cleaned, it will become again renewable, or it may become again reusable. It can be placed it again at the same place, and it can be used again and again. So again there are two types in this: throwaway type and reusable type after cleaning, or renewable type. So we'll see first the throwaway type. So they are generally the filters what we have seen, like candle type of structure. They may made with from inexpensive material. Why? Because they are throwaway type. Just we will use, and after usage, whatever it effectiveness it's gone, it will be thrown outside. So must and should you have to use some inexpensive materials for filtering purpose. So when the filter become dirty after use, so it can be thrown out and replaced with a new one. So these filters are constructed with the glass wool, animal hair, and other cheap materials. Okay. Next, so by the addition of resin powder to the filters, its filter efficiency increases. Some resin powder which acts like some bonded material, where it readily absorbs all the dust. It may be absorbed readily, and it can be stick together to the throwaway type of filters. Okay, it increases the efficiency of that the filter. So the air is passed through the filter with sufficient velocity. The filter traps the dust particles and other impurities. So this is regarding the throwaway type. So renewable type dry filters means, if you take here, so these are generally made, for example, to this filter, generally they are made with a cloth or some coarse paper and other substances. So the air is passed through the filter with a velocity 2 meter to 15 meters per minute. So whenever the air is passed with this velocity, so these renewable dry filters can be employed here. Now the dry filters are capable of collecting 99% of the dust. Whatever the dry filter, whatever it may be, so it has the capability of 99% of the dust collecting capacity. So these filters are not capable of removing smoke or gas. Only the dust particle which are capable to it can be handled, or it can be accommodated on the filter, then only it can be those type of can only handle. Any smoke or gas cannot be handled in these filters. So a bag form of dry filter is shown here, just like a bag type. So the cleaning of these filters can be done by shaking or wrapping action of the filters during operation. It means the vibrator will whenever the motor is on, the vibrator will get shake. So wrapping action, just like a moving or wrapping action, will take place. Whatever the dust particles are formed on the filter, it will get vibrated on. All the dust particle will collect at the bottom, that is at the dust collectors. Okay, and now so these filters can be cleaned again and again. So the dust at the bottom can be removed from the collector, and whenever it required, so it can be cleaned and again used it again and again. So this is about the reusable or a renewable type of a dry filters. So hope you have understood that the second type in that dry filters, the first and sub classifications in that throwaway type and reusable type. Second important one is the viscous filters. See, this is a line diagram, so you can observe here regarding that the line diagram of the viscous filters. So observe for a while regarding this viscous filter diagram. You can see right. Okay, so these are the components. So what you have observed in this, the first, the dry air is entering into the viscous filter, and it is passing through the you can see here there is some just like a rubber type of material, that's just like a rubber pads type of structure will be there. So it is always dipping in the oil sump at the bottom. So it itself it is getting cleaned when it is dumped in the oil sump, and again this dump due to its elevator, you can see the pulleys are provided where it is, these pulleys are getting rotated, over which this rubber type of belt type of structure is provided. So it is rotating at all the times. Now when the air is dry air is entering along with the dust, it will make contact with these pads. Due to its oil nature, the whatever the dust particles are there, it will be sticked over these viscous filters. Now only the clean air will come outside through the other side of the viscous filter. If you observe here, these type of filters are better than the dry filters. It will absorb more dust compared with the dry filters. Generally these are prepared in the form of pads, as already the pad made with generally glass wool, steel type of structure, or copper mesh. So these are the materials used for these pads, and these materials are coated with the viscous fluid or some oil, may be dumped in the oil, so the dust holding capacity increases, as I already explained that. Now they have larger dust holding capacity but have low efficiency. Why? Because compared here we have to run the pulleys, the elevator has to be moved at every time, okay, and every time the oil sump, the oil has to be provided here in this. So compared to the dry filters, this efficiency is less. So these filters can be cleaned when dirty and reused again, so they can be reusable type, this one also. So the filtering screen continuously run like a chain over pulley or rolls provided at the top and bottom. As I explained that pulleys are used here, rollers, and the bottom roll is inside the sump filled with the viscous liquid or oil. It may be filled here, oil sump. The sump serves the purpose of washing the dirt and recoating the filter pads with relatively clean oil. So every time the fresh clean oil has to be used here. Why? Because the oil, the dust particles are dumping in this oil sump. So every time the pads has to be get cleaned or some dumped in the neat and clean oil always. So every time has to be changed. So when the air passes through this filter, dust particles are retained by the oil. Okay, that oil always it is cleaning by the oil. Dust particles are removed at every time. So the dust particles are not collected at one place, but they are collected is the entire filter area. Not only one place, so entire area it can be collected at every time. At all the pads are collecting these dust particles. So cleaning efficiency is about 97%. As earlier seen, maybe less efficient compared with the dry filters, but comparing more equipments we are using in this. Okay, so coming to the summary part, so we have seen the what is the duct and their classifications, various duct systems, and filters, air filters. What is air filter? What are the subtypes in that we have seen? So in this today's class we have discussed only two types, that is the dry filters and viscous filters. Okay, and coming to a few quiz questions here. The high pressure duct is the static pressure in the duct. Pressure ranges in terms of water gauge. So high pressure, depending on the pressures we are saying, low pressure, medium pressure and high pressure. So whenever it is greater than 150 mm to 200 mm, so we are taking the duct as a high pressure duct. So in case of loop perimeter duct system, it is depending on the arrangement. So the laying cost is, what is the answer? The laying cost is minimum. The answer is minimum. To clean, filter and arrest these impurities from entering into air conditioned space, air filters are fitted just before. So they are before the evaporator coil or cooling coils. Answer is cooling coils. Next, so throwaway type dry filters are made from, they are inexpensive material, right? As I already seen, throwaway type inexpensive material. And next, we see the frequently asked questions. So what are the uses of ducts, and how do you classify the ducts? And the next, second question is, explain about radial perimeter duct system with a neat sketch. And next question is, explain about two types of dry filters. As already we have seen, two types means one is what are the two types we have seen in the dry filters? Okay, so just what we have seen just now. So those are the two types of the dry filters. And next one is describe the working of the viscous filters. Okay, so hope you have get answer these questions. Just we have seen the importance of the viscous and dry filters, so you can easily answer. You have to list out them first. What we have seen, that one is made with inexpensive material, right? Just like a vibrator is provided, and another, the dry one is a dry air filter, and next they are made with the inexpensive type. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hope you have understood, and we have seen some quiz questions from that, and important questions of frequently asked one. So we will meet in the next video session with the further class, and further additional equipment we will see regarding the air conditioning equipment. So thank you for watching, and thank you. The additional video regarding the air filters from this video, get some additional information.
Your self-guide, filter cleaning for split air conditioners. Thinking of times when your air conditioner gets clogged with dust and you don't have access to professional help to clean it? Don't worry. Turns out you can clean your air conditioner yourself. A clogged air filter reduces cooling efficiency, and hence cleaning the filter once every 2 weeks is recommended. Secure your ladder and wear required protective equipment before you start the process. Make sure that the air conditioner is switched off and unplugged. Lift the indoor unit panel gently up to an angle until it stops with a clicking sound. Gently push the air filter up and lift it slightly to take it out from the filter holder, then pull it downwards. Remove the air filter from the indoor unit. Clean the filter with water and mild detergent. Dry the filters in sunlight. Insert the upper portion of the air filter back into the unit while taking care that the left and right edges line up correctly. Place the filter and secure it in the locked position. Close the front panel gently. Plug in power and switch on the air conditioner. Now simply enjoy the freshness of a clean air conditioner.
Received the additional information how to how the air filter will looks in the split air conditioners. So thank you for watching. We'll meet in the next video session. Thank you.